The ModernJeeper Show, the show about Jeeps, Jeeping, and Jeepers.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, hey, Modern Jeepers, it's Matson with Metalcloak and Mr. Modern Jeeper Corey Osborne, who you can see over there. That's his new look, by the way.
Hey, guys.
Hey, you know, if you can't already tell, this is the Thanksgiving episode. And Corey, I like your new look, man. It's like you got a little beard thing going on there.
This is my buddy, my sidekick today.
Albert.
Albert. And next to you, we got, what is your Indian name, sweetheart?
I don't know. Would y'all make up?
Well, we're going to go with well, let's just call her Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. Jessy, Modern Jeeper, and we are on. As you can tell, we're a little giddy this morning. And, well, you know, actually, you guys are all watching this. This is Thanksgiving Day. So we always are a little bit giddy on Thanksgiving Day. So first off, let me say, Happy Thanksgiving. And if you go see this guy here in the middle of the screen, this is Phillip Thorpe. Now, Phillip, you don't really know much, but if you get an email from Modern Jeeper, this is the guy. If you actually go to the forum, this is the guy. Phillip is just this awesome dude who years ago started helping us out. And man, we love you. And I wanted to have you on this Thanksgiving special because of that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm the guy that stuff spelt wrong. It's my fault.
All right. Hey, so yeah, we're glitching a little bit, which it seems we are a little bit. That's fine. We'll get through all this, but you know what? This is it. We're a technology. We're out here. We're doing these amazing podcasts and shows and videos, and I actually love all of you guys for supporting us as we go through it. As Corey said last time, we're constantly experimenting, and we actually found that this format for video was great for you guys, so we're keeping up this particular format, and hope you enjoy it. By the way, I got to ask you. Okay, so Phillip. You got a turkey to the right of you. You got a bow and arrow set to the left of you. You got an American flag behind you. I mean, Corey's over in Colorado, which ain't much of America anymore. I'm in California, so you got to represent like true America and true Thanksgiving for us, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's part of being in down home Arkansas. We're middle America, just good old white trash.
You know, and that's sad because that's the definition. And I'm going to get political here for a second. You're calling yourself white trash, my friend. That is true America. This is what America really was about, right? And I'm not saying that like, you know, we all are Americans, but sometimes we get so caught up in our local politics and our local things and this separation. I mean, I don't know. I've been complaining about this whole idea of Christmas lights going up so early. If anybody's been watching any of my daily updates, we'll talk about that in a second. Corey, did we lose you guys?
No.
Oh, because you were frozen. You were absolutely frozen there, like before.
I was being very still.
No, it was like
he's trying not to.
You were just sitting there like
Albert's gonna jump off, and then we don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't want to lose my hat.
Okay, good. But again, Christmas lights. Okay, so I've come to this realization that this celebration of Christmas lights going up early, and I understand it for those that have done it. It's the joy. We're walking around the neighborhood and there's Christmas lights everywhere, right? And the kids love it. But I realized there's a problem here. And I had to tell my guys in the shop this morning to remember Thanksgiving is an important day. It's not just about the history of our country. It's also about taking a day in the year and giving thanks, right? And I tell all of them to take that time to actually give thanks. Talk to, be with your family, give thanks, be thankful for what we have. I know I'm incredibly thankful, incredibly blessed for the friends I have, guys like you, the people we have, the company, what we get to do every day. I mean, we get up and go out and I get to have these amazing people around us, build products for just awesome customers, right? And it's great. I have a lot to be thankful for. And I think there is an attempt by doing this whole Christmas thing to say, well, Thanksgiving isn't that important. It's not about giving thanks. Like, let's just talk about this, because you see this in the media. We're moving on to something more joyful because people need joy in their life. Well, I'm sorry, but that sounds like a little surreptitious way of saying Thanksgiving is about this evil history of America. And I want to specifically say today, in today's Thanksgiving special, we're here to talk about giving thanks and about all of you out there in the Modern Jeeper community who let us be a part of your lives. And that's just important to me. And I know it's important to all of you.
Well, and Matson, you and I have had this conversation. It seemed like this year after Halloween, we just skipped Thanksgiving, and all of the retailers, even the TV ads and whatnot, went straight from Halloween to Christmas. And I think that's unfortunate. I mean, I've got, I don't know, maybe 300 people here that I'd like to say thank you to from all of the CTI events all over the country this year. And we don't take the opportunity to do a lot of that. And I think it's, I don't know, I was in preparation for this podcast. I went through a whole bunch of, let me see what kind of trivia I could dig up, which always, the reason I like to do that is because then I get to learn something as well. The first Thanksgiving, take a guess what year that was.
Before I could even remember.
1621.
1621.
Yeah.
16. I would have guessed the 1600s, but 1621 was the first Thanksgiving.
1621. That first Thanksgiving lasted 3 days. As part of that whole
and I bet they didn't have Black Friday.
Yeah, no Black Friday then. What's kind of funny about it is that they say that it takes an average of 18 hours for our Thanksgiving meal to be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 12 minutes to eat it.
Right.
How long
that depends on how much controversy you have around Thanksgiving.
Well, that's true too. You know how long a halftime is at a football game? About 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Huh.
Is it? Interesting.
Weird. Is that a coincidence? Weird. I don't think so.
Is that a coincidence, or is that the deep state? Wait, so, but you got to also realize one of the reasons it takes 12 minutes is the damn stuff's already cold.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah,
you
after
got
18
to
hours
choke
of cooking.
the food down. Of course, now I go back for thirds, so you got to have 3 plates full of food. That's important. Now, and also, if you're a kid who grabs the turkey leg, who here likes the turkey leg? Who's into turkey legs? Yeah, Phillip. You guys, turkey legs?
Kind of a breast guy, but okay.
I can give you the rump too if you want. But it always takes longer to eat that. So it's interesting because 1621, you think about it, back then, 1621. Now there's a definite. So we are having some freezing of frames. Like right now I'm seeing a frozen Jessy who's like this.
Huh.
There you go. When you start talking, it's interesting. It's like it freezes a little bit. When you talk, it then starts moving you again.
We have all the snow on the ground, so
yeah, it's bouncing the signal off the snow.
Yeah, possibly. But so anyway, the 1621. Let's think about it. And of course, for all of our guys that are listening to us on the podcast, when I'm talking about video. You guys don't care about that because you're not watching the YouTube video. But if you want to watch the YouTube video, you can find it at youtube.com/ModernJeeper. So 1621, you think about it. Now, there's a lot of controversy about that, and I prefer to take the true, like the American point of view about Thanksgiving, which means that I want to be an optimist and not a pessimist about Thanksgiving, right? And that is that it wasn't just this celebration like we learned in school about, well, everybody got together and they shook hands and they gave food. It was a celebration of the first great harvest.
That's right.
Of that year. And they had been, before that, I mean, they had been starving. They had experimented and hadn't done too well, right? I mean, and it was learning how to plant and learning how to do the farming. And they were able to go through. And there's some other stories that I've shared in the past and some of our customers, because I like sending out something on our email on Thanksgiving Day. And some of our customers are like, yeah, that's awesome. You did a great job with that story. Other customers come back and say, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So like anything in history, there is a consistent problem with perception, right? You can read a book oh, let's just take one of our great leaders. Let's take Benjamin Franklin's book. Some people can read that and say, wow, he was an amazing American. Other people will read that and say, yeah, that's not quite right. That didn't happen. Historians are controversial. Historians tend to argue. There's not a great consensus of what happened because none of us were there. What I do take to believe is my personal choice is that it was a celebration. Thanksgiving was a celebration of that first great harvest. And then part of that celebration was all of us coming together and saying, thank you to our new friends. Thank you to God for giving us a chance to make it through another great season, and that we have the food we need to make it through winter. And a blessing that we can all have. And I want to have that same opportunity. I want to have that same chance to have that blessing now. I want to have that same chance to say thank you now. So this is very disconcerting because I'm watching the video and you guys are frozen again.
We're just listening intently.
I've got to be careful about that because I get distracted. I want to see you moving, but every time you stop talking, you're just gonna have to keep talking over me.
Well, in the back of my mind, I've got a song, and it's just all about the bass, about the bass, about the bass. It's all about.
Maybe we need to have some music going on. I was about to do some, Indian dancing, but that would be inappropriate, I think.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
That would be inappropriate. That would be inappropriate, right? By the way, if everybody sees back here, it says Happy Thanksgiving. That's the beginning of that commercial we did this year, which is completely different than everything we did before because we're not calling this a Black Friday sale week. We're calling it a Thanksgiving sale week. But we'll talk more about that. I want to go back to thank Corey. You said you're thankful for those 300 CTIs and all those people there. What else are you thankful for this year, my friend?
We're just lucky. We're so lucky, and having to deal with the last couple of months of my world, and having Jessy to share this year. We have so many friends in the Jeep community that have reached out, and I mean, again, I wouldn't do what I do. I wouldn't be able to do what I do if it wasn't for the support. Excuse me, COVID cough. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the support of everybody traveling back and forth across the country. And our Jeep family and our Jeep friends are literally some of the best people I've ever met. And I think I say that every year, and I don't know how else to convey it. It's a very important part of our daily lives to know that people out there actually care about us, not so much maybe what we're driving or what modifications we've made to our Jeep or where we've been or where we're going, but us as individuals, us as people, and to realize that we all have families and that we all need a little bit of, hey, are you okay? Now and then. And thanks for whatever that was. Thanks for reaching out. Thanks for saying hi. That stuff goes a long way. So again, it's been one of those years where we're all under such a huge amount of, I don't know what to call it anymore. It's not really stress. It's more confusion and anxiety and just, we don't know what's next. Mm-hmm. So for us to take care of each other and be thankful for everybody that comes across our path is huge.
Well, and that's, not knowing what next, it's kind of the spice of life, man. It's like this year 2020 could have gone two different ways, right? Especially for our industry. So many, and blessings to all, but so many were affected incredibly negatively by this. Industries, travel industry, restaurants, hospitality industry, anything that depends on the gathering of people. I mean, when was the last time there was a brew fest, right? It's like it's been an incredible impact. But for many of us, and I know Phillip, you feel this way. You've been incredibly busy, right? Because what's your day job, Phillip?
I do technical services for the Sherwin-Williams Paint Company, and I mean, construction's booming. I mean, everything that was on the books to be built in 2020 still moved forward, and we do a lot of stuff in infrastructure, and our water and stuff has to still be maintained. So, I mean, I've been in and out of water plants, since January. I mean, it has been nonstop busy. And that's kind of like, in a way, it's like what you guys were going through. Folks were staying at home. Well, they started fixing up their rigs. Well, these guys were spending more time at the plants and spending time fixing them. So, I mean, it's been busy for me on both fronts.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that says a lot. You know, Corey, you have people who are working hard out there doing it, and look, unemployment rates are down. It's because we're out there working, right? We're out there doing. There's stuff to be done right now. Many times, something like this impacts us. COVID-19. Who knows how long it's going to go? I mean, we're getting into 2021 already. All of us thought this would be done by now. But maybe they're still waiting for the election to be called. I don't know. I don't want to get political. Corey will go on me if I get too political. But then again, you guys are dressed as pilgrims and Indians, so you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get a call from some group or organization for you know.
It's sensitive.
And that pilgrim hat almost needs to be green and look like an Irish pot of gold.
Right.
Hey, you got to wear that for our St. Patty's Day special next year.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's a green version. But
so do you guys know which president made Thanksgiving an actual holiday?
I do not.
Way back, Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. That's amazing.
Right.
Wow. So not only did he free the slaves and be the first Republican president, but he also gave us Thanksgiving. See what the Republicans give you? Okay,
that's right.
I'm sorry. I'm just thankful. That's all.
Well, and
by the way, I've got two coffee cups. Okay, this is black and this has some little creamer in it. I'm just kind of going back and forth. But this one right here, look, everybody, see that new logo? What is that? American flag, right? We're American proud at Metalcloak. American proud. There you go.
There you go.
Right. Where's your American flag, Corey? Come on. Uh-oh.
Have you seen my little guy?
Yeah. He's got quite a gobbler there. As Phillip would say.
Put a head on that guy.
Yeah.
All right, what are you drinking, Phillip?
Good old American bourbon.
So we got eggnog over there. See, I'm actually at the office, so I have to only drink coffee. You know.
Oh, I'm on vacation, so it's free.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Corey? Tell me about that eggnog you got going on.
It's actually, I just really like the taste of eggnog.
Yeah.
And it's not available. I don't know. Is it available year round? I don't even know that.
It is if you have a blender.
Yeah. Really?
A blender?
Yeah, you drop some eggs in, a little bit of milk, a little bit of nutmeg, a few other things, make your own eggnog.
I don't want to know how it's made.
Add some bourbon. What are you putting in it, Jesse?
This has got a splash of
rum. Gingerbread, Captain Morgan's gingerbread rum.
There you go. So it has always been like my sign of the times when all of a sudden you walk into the supermarket. So Thanksgiving, I'm also thankful for eggnog because you walk into the supermarket and there's a nice supply of different brands of eggnog and you can dig into it. Now this year, going through my plant-based experiment, which we won't talk about, that's something for some other time. There's some great almond milk, coconut milk, soy milk variations too. Of course, they don't call them eggnog; they have to call them like holiday nog, which is wrong.
Holiday nog.
Holiday nog. It's my holiday noggin.
So I have a whole bunch of turkey jokes.
Go.
Let's hear it. We want.
Let's roll.
I'm going to shut up for a little while and let you run with it, Corey.
The rest of my family told me that I had to quit telling these turkey jokes, but I told them I couldn't quit cold turkey. Yeah. So you know why the turkey crossed the road twice?
Mm-mm.
Well, to prove he wasn't chicken. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, keep going. Come on.
You guys know what a group of turkeys is called?
Mm-mm.
So you have choices. How about a gaggle, a flock, a gobble, or a rafter?
Well, I'd probably say a gaggle. Oh, no, I mean, that's a gaggle of geese, isn't it?
Geese is gaggle.
So gaggle of geese, a rafter?
A rafter.
A raft. It just seemed like obvious. Now, a raptor can take out a turkey, but a rafter is a group of turkeys.
I thought it was something you put in your roof.
Would a raptor or a rafter be like, but well, maybe that's it. Did you know turkeys can fly?
They can fly. Yeah. Yes.
Did you know that? We have wild turkeys, and I came through my backyard one day, and I look up in the tree, and there was 4 turkeys sitting up in the tree.
That's where they sleep.
And I didn't have my shotgun.
Well, I know that they can run, so they have a top speed running of 25 miles an hour, but they can actually fly 50 miles an hour.
But who has ever actually seen, other than like seeing a turkey fly, who's actually ever seen, of any of us, a turkey just like fly? Like, oh, look up there, look at the sky, look. Yeah. Oh, those aren't geese, those are turkeys.
No.
Multiple times.
No.
Usually flying across the highway because some hunter's chasing him.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Well, Matson you have turkeys down the street from you, actually.
Oh, we have turkeys all over.
Remember last time when I went and picked up Rockstar, there was all the turkeys in the parking lot.
There's a whole flock. There's about 24 of them that come up and down the street. I got a dozen in my neighborhood alone that go around, and it's surprising this time of the year, there's still a dozen and not like 11, then 10, then 9, then 8. But these wild turkeys don't have any like real flesh on them because we need the hormone pumped big fat turkey.
Right? Yeah, right.
Yeah, these are all lean and mean. There's like no real meat. It doesn't taste good.
We ain't eating no drums off them.
Yeah, what?
We're not eating any drums off a wild turkey. That's for sure. No.
Wild turkey is only good when it's in a bottle.
Yeah, Russ. Yeah.
The United States consumes 46 million turkeys during Thanksgiving.
And we only pardon 1.
Right. Or 2, is it?
The 2? Did we pardon 2 last time?
I think it's a big dinner. You have to have 2 now.
Yeah. You have to have 2. Okay. Favorite way to cook a turkey, Phillip? How do you do it out there in Arkansas? And I'm not talking about like a bunch of What's that?
Oh, I say just the traditional way in the oven. Just bake it
in the oven. You don't try to like, put a big thing of like fireworks around it and just make it all just gunpowder on the outside. Gunpowder crust.
No, we considered frying them, but we'd probably blow ourselves up.
That's the fun part.
That is true.
That's the entertainment for Thanksgiving Day. You didn't know? It is at my house.
You're from Oklahoma. You
start boiling that stuff in the yard, and everybody's like, "Get the cameras out." Everybody's waiting.
That's it. Yep. Did you have a statistic as how many people have died deep frying their turkey?
No, but I'm sure it's up there. I played that game once, about set the house on fire. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No. Turns out you really do have to get all the water out of the turkey.
Thawing it out.
Oh, you really do, huh? You can't put it in frozen?
No, that's bad.
Now, air fryer. Will just got himself a new stove or a new oven, and it's got an air fryer in it. Mm-hmm. And he's already used it for like, good old-fashioned like mozzarella sticks and other frozen goods, but doing an air fryer, like beer chicken. Did you actually see that that Budweiser came out like a promotion where they actually have like this unit that will hold a Budweiser can perfectly inside, so you can do the whole beer turkey. Right. I don't know how big of a turkey you could do though. That'd be a tall boy.
Yeah. Well, you get like a Foster's can of beer.
Oh yeah. Or just heck with Budweiser, just go get yourself a 40, King 40.
King 45.
Some
Old English.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
Little malt liquor.
Malt liquor turkey, bro. Hey, I'm thinking that'd be a good thing.
Oh,
might not be bad.
That'd be tasty, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know.
All about
how many listeners we've lost by now.
Yeah, they're all turning this off.
We're going to talk about Jeeps coming up in the third segment of the show, so stick around. And might actually give away something, 1 or 2 things, if you're able to bear with us for the rest of this hour. We'll reward you for not with ourselves.
Well, Matson, you've been up since what, 2 a.m. because you've been making videos in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah. Well, we decided. I decided to do something fun this year, right? Because our Thanksgiving sale. Which, by the way, hey everybody, we're going to watch this commercial. But anyway, so we had this commercial going, and this is pretty cool because we did this kind of differently. And I know last year I actually insisted that we have to use the term Black Friday because everybody wants Black Friday marketing, right? Because we had a bit of an intro debate. Let's just do it about Thanksgiving. No, we got to have Black Friday. Let's do it about Thanksgiving. No, we got to have Black Friday. I decided that we would this time embrace Thanksgiving, primarily because of the side where I just see that people seem to be ignoring it. And so we're not doing a Black Friday sale. We're not going to call it Black Friday sale. The truth is that Black Friday, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but the term Black Friday came out of the fact that it was such a negative day in the stores. Everybody was doing specials on the day after Thanksgiving because traditionally one went shopping the day after Thanksgiving. But when you actually went out there, all of a sudden people were getting trampled in Walmart and Target and these other places. And so it became this term of Black Friday that all of a sudden we embraced. And I thought, that's kind of stupid. So we're just doing a week-long Thanksgiving sale, and our commercials are all about that. We have this cool little commercial we're playing, and it's got some great graphics. I gotta love our guys up in our video team because they're so talented now at what they can do and the graphics and the different parts. So it's just been kind of awesome. So yeah, so it just the amazing commercials. Anyway, we did this week-long thing, and as Corey was mentioning, I've been up at like 1 to 2 a.m. every morning because part of what we're doing this week is giving thanks by giving back, and that is these gift certificates. So we've got, $200 gift certificates, $300 gift certificates. Yesterday was 2 customers got a $300 gift certificate each. And of course, I got to announce it as soon as possible. So after midnight, we figure out what it is, randomly choose one of the guys, and do a video recording live on YouTube. So if you want to catch me live on YouTube for it's only about 2 or 3 minutes long. Generally between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. I'm getting out there in a different location in my house someplace. Last night was on the patio, which was kind of nice. It was cold, but not too cold. And we just did it. And by the way, if you were watching that, you saw me wearing this. Now everybody knows who knows Corey, knows Corey's yellow hats. But our customers and actually guests who have been on this show, Jim and Deb of Trail Nuts, requested, because they love orange, as do I, requested an orange version of Corey's hat. So we did this hats. You see there, right there, the ModernJeeper logo on the side, Metalcloak on the front. It's Velcro in the back. Orange as you can get out. We had these made a few of them just to get a couple out to Jim and Deb, and of course, one for me. You saw me wearing that. How's that look? There you go.
That's good.
It's almost like a mega hat.
I don't know.
There you go.
Mine's a little different.
Anyway, for those who are listening to us, you got to go on and see it. But here's the deal: I'm going to give away one of these things,
cool.
And there's a limited edition. I think I did like just a few. So, and I've already had a couple guys in the shop come and get one. So, if you email me with the episode number that Jim and Deb were on, as well as the name of their Jeep, then I will, the first one to do that will get this hat and get a special
awesome.
Orange hat.
That's a great challenge. I like that.
But you actually got to like orange, because you have to wear this. Because if you're just trying to get it, then so add that to your email too. Tell me why you like orange. You're actually going to wear it. Because if you're just trying to get it to be a winner, and not actually going to wear it because orange isn't your thing, then you would suck. Don't get it.
There's another limited edition run that the girls will really love.
We may have to come up with a purple hat at some point.
Purple. I can check on that. We could do that. We might have to do a yellow and purple combo instead of yellow and black.
There you go.
That's what I was saying.
That's going to be the what are we going to do? This like core Jess or something.
Yeah. My one of my producers just handed me a sheet of paper, and I need to mention.
Wait a second. How can you afford producers? What's going on?
Well, I got a team. They're all you can't see them right now. A lot of them look like this. Anyways, for our podcast winner that we gave away a suspension and all kinds of parts and all that kind of stuff for, I want to tell Travis who won that giveaway that I've now had to increase the size of the box that's going to him like 4 times because things keep arriving and I wanted to send it all at once. So Travis, if you're watching, please know that box is, I'm waiting on one more thing and then that box will be getting shipped to you. So
there's just one more thing. You know, it is
there you
Travis
go.
actually recently, by the way. What's that one?
Well, now it keeps the sun out of my eyes.
There you go.
Visor.
So, I see now. This is a pair of antlers. I can see. I can see it through the paper.
It's not antlers. No, it's not antlers. No.
Travis actually, I think he just got himself a set of undercloaks, right?
Nice.
So so now he just completed his system with his undercloaks. So, but you know. Actually, Phillip, what's your rig like? Like, are you out there using it? What was the last time you wheeled?
I probably have not been in 2 months. Unfortunately, I have had a neck injury that's prevented me from going. So,
it's more than I've done.
Yeah, true.
So, hey, tell the community about your rig.
So I've got a 2015 JKU Rubicon, or what's left of a Rubicon. I wheeled the fire out of it for years with no lift and 37s and just chop flares and had a great time, and finally broke a rear axle. So we decided to strip everything out. I did a 14 bolt in the rear, did a chop to give us that extra ground clearance on the pumpkin. Did a Fusion Super Duty Dana 60 in the front. And anyhow, went with 42s and Raceline and did a little upgrades to my Metalcloak suspension, and that's it. It's been great. Oh, and Knoxville drivelines. Those have been great. So it's fun. I just wish I could go more often.
Yeah. Well, again, you've done more than I have. Between you and Corey, of course, in his sleep does more wheeling than I do.
Well, I'll tell you, this year, again, this is that whole be thankful thing, because opportunity-wise this year, with so many events being canceled, there was a lot more opportunities to go wheeling. So we definitely took advantage of that. And, a lot of that content will be what we get through the winter months with. So, still some great stuff coming up for the website. And, it is project time. Everybody, it's that season where it's cold now in Colorado. We've got snow on the ground, so everything's getting worked on. And I think from what I've seen on social media and whatnot, everybody's got some kind of a project, whatever they're working on. So I'd love to see more of that stuff. If you got a project, throw pictures up on social media. Put them on the Modern Jeeper page. Hit Matson, Phillip, or myself up. Send us some pictures.
Well, absolutely. And part of that, it's kind of an interesting point. We should actually share some of these projects. We're getting into December. We're definitely going to do our roundtable discussion probably either the beginning of January or the end of December with our media friends that we've done in the past and see how they've all done, because it's been a few months, and how they've all made it through the COVID world, and kind of our take on how 2020 has been. The year of vision has become the year of craziness. I'm still waiting for the aliens to arrive. We still have a few more days in November. Mm-hmm. And so, or as some people have said, they've already arrived and they just got elected to the White House. I'm sorry. Politics. All right. Sorry.
Well, and we're still, we finished the calendar. all those dates that everybody had sent us, and we threw in every date that we possibly could figure out. And I'm guessing that, a lot of those may end up changing again, and it's just going to be something that we're going to have to keep on top of. But we're getting more solid on our dates for the Modern Jeeper Adventures next year. So pay attention to the website. Death Valley is coming up very, very soon. That's going to happen in the end of February. Registration's not up yet, but we'll get there. Yeah,
registration will go up next month if you want to do the Death Valley. And recognize, guys, that things might even be a little more limited than they were before because of the limitations being placed on us by those powers that be. So it may only be 5 Jeeps allowed instead of 10 Jeeps allowed, which means you got only, you're going to have to, when registration goes, you have got to secure your space.
That's right.
And get in there. So when registration goes live, we'll let it here on this podcast as well as everywhere on the website at ModernJeeperAdventures.com. So just be aware of that. And of course, we know we're going to be doing, assuming everything goes well, we're going to be doing our Moab trip. We're working on Tillamook. We're working on the Rubicon trip. All those things will happen, plus other trips, especially the one I'm excited about. And I'm hoping and praying I get to go do is Colorado. You have to make a point that I have to be there, right? You just have to say
absolutely. I have to. And the nice thing about that is even if there's restrictions in place, I'm guessing we're going to be able to pull that one off. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me how much planning is having to be done. We just got an email that went out, I think pretty much to everybody as part of the Ultra 4 and the King of the Hammers group. Right. And, to have contingency plans for an event like that and testing at the gate kind of preparations, that is such a huge thing. And I'm hoping that we're not going to have to do a lot of that for our events, but you just never know. Some of these events, they're limiting vendors, they're limiting participants. Even the Jeep Jamboree USA trips, those events are all, everybody's having to juggle and nobody knows how it's going to turn out. So it's just the best we can, and we move forward and we just pray for the best.
Right. Well, that's it. You got to plan for the best.
That's
it's
right.
Like it's hope for the best, plan for the worst, or how does that work?
Yeah, something like that.
It's going to be interesting because how can you have 50,000 people out there if let's see, is Johnson Valley is in what county? Is that in San Bernardino?
I think
Riverside.
so.
Where's the Riverside?
I don't know. It may be the line right there. I don't know.
I don't know, but it's like if you have those counties being locked down, how do you end up having? How can the BLM have 50,000 people out on the bed? I just don't know, and it's going to be tough to see. I heard that the Marines will be doing some of the monitoring. In fact, I think you told me that from one of the races.
Somebody had made a comment to me about, how are they going to keep us out? I said, well, you don't really understand how close the Marine Corps base is to that property.
Right.
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 They want to keep you out. They will.
Yeah, they'll find a way. Yeah. Bombing runs. They need to practice anyway.
Yeah. And I think they'd probably enjoy it more than we would being told to not go. They'd enjoy keeping us out more. So,
right.
Yeah.
The Civil War started at Johnson Valley in 2021. Historians have always looked back at that. It's the Marines had a choice, take out to the Jeep or not.
A long time ago, my grandma was cooking a turkey, and I told her it smelled so good, but it wasn't done yet. And I asked her how long it was going to be, and she said, well, it's pretty much going to be the same length as it was when I put it in the oven.
When I cook a chicken, it shrinks, but when I cook a turkey, it doesn't.
Well, it's all about the baste. I still like that. I don't know.
I saw a meme that had the little. It was, and I know you may have seen it, but it showed the little red pop-up coming out of the turkey.
Oh yeah. It
said, "Please remove this so they can't track you." They won't know how. If you remove this, they won't know how many people are in your home.
I'm gonna start thawing mine.
Yeah, might have to. We don't even have to put stuff in the fridge now. It can just sit outside.
Yeah, that's true, right? So so Philip, how many people are going to be over at your house tomorrow?
I
Uh-oh.
think it's going to be. I think it's
He
going
may
to be a
not wanna
small
answer
gathering.
What's that?
He
He's
may
got
not
a
wanna
bow and
answer.
arrow. He's protecting himself.
Just 4 of us, just mom, dad, my brother, and myself. So it'll be a very small gathering, which is
Nice.
fine.
And Corey, are you going to have Thanksgiving with your dad and your
Nope.
family?
Nope. Dad's got a cold, and they're doing their best to kind of stay hunkered down. My brothers are staying. And one of them actually has to work because he works at a large grocery store. But the others everybody's staying home. It's kind of an interesting time over here right now.
Well, see, last year that's what I did. Last year there was no family around; it was just me and the family. We did some very low key Thanksgiving, and I said, "Screw it this year." So I've got 1, 2, 3 of my kids, me and my wife, my mom, and my in-laws. I'm gonna have 8 people in my home,
Wow.
along with 4 dogs and 2 cats. And I might invite neighbors because if I get that magic 10 number, maybe you can go to 11. Then I could say,
Well, I was gonna, I still have that plan of going into Home Depot or Walmart and just setting up with some Wiener Schnitzel and having chili dogs.
People would come.
Hey, where
Yes.
Phillip's at, that's actually high-end dining over there at Walmart.
Well, that's true. Yeah, right.
Oh man. And so what do we actually think 2021 is going to be like? I mean, really?
Oh man, that's a tough question.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be a good year. I think everybody's going to be tired. It's going to be hard to tell anybody what to do from the political side of things. I think people are going to kind of get back out and just do what they want to do. With the vaccines coming about, I don't know. I do think that there's going to be some kind of we're going to have some kind of a notification on our phones to travel. I see that coming.
Yeah, you got to prove on your phone. So your phone is going to have the proof that you've been vaccinated?
Yep.
Or are we just going to get chips?
That'll be next.
That'll be chips.
That'll be next.
Sorry, sir, you haven't been vaccinated. You can't travel.
We already have chips.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly, right?
I love the whole, well, they're not going to track me because I turned off my
Turn them off.
notifications.
Mm.
Well, still,
Right.
do you use your phone? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. We'll just come up. Oh, but I could probably go online right now and sell the phone cover that blocks your signal so they can't track you.
Right. But
Dude.
I think this hat keeps the signals out of my brain. So
Well, it's not aluminum, dude.
I could make it aluminum.
You should make it out of aluminum. There you go.
I
That actually that's a good look for you.
I kind of like it.
The orange hats, the Metalcloak orange hats are especially made with to block brain signals.
Line them in aluminum.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
have you seen that hat for there's a commercial for this hat that's supposed to grow hair and it's a baseball cap, but it has a bunch of the red little LED lasers on the inside. And so they put it on just sitting there watching TV and it's supposed to stimulate hair growth.
Oh boy.
I'm telling you, sometimes making good products is a waste of time.
So if April showers bring Mayflowers, what do Mayflowers bring?
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, it's
They
tornado.
obviously brought turkeys.
Pilgrims.
Oh,
I knew that was the answer. I was trying to be funny. So, yeah, I know. You're trying to do. So let's get some more trivia though.
Okay,
tell us some more
let's say
trivia about Thanksgiving.
We can do that. How about how many feathers does a turkey have?
I have no idea.
3,500.
3,500 feathers?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
it's like a pheasant.
Hey, well,
And
turkey-
you guys, you know what you call a male turkey?
Really?
Yeah, you do.
I do, but I'm trying to I'm not trying to answer all the trivia. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to say the answer.
Well, I mean, we could call him Joe, but we all know his name's Tom.
Right.
The snow is falling from the sky.
No,
Sound
this
like
was
Tom
interesting, and
Severin.
I didn't know that this was actually a thing.
Did you say
How
Tom Severin's
high?
a turkey?
How high must a cranberry bounce before it's harvested?
Well, wait a second. Cranberries are in a bog. They can't bounce out of a bog.
I didn't know that. I want to know who picks the first one and throws it on the ground, and if it doesn't come up, then no, not
So
yet.
is that pre or post bog?
I don't know. Post,
'Cause-
I'm guessing.
Because everybody knows that cranberries sit in the bog because of the guys at Ocean Spray with their
Right, you got to walk around it. Well, apparently they have to bounce 4 inches
4 inches.
before they're harvested.
So you got to find out from me if that's pre or post bog. Modern Jeeper community, if you understand the question and you know whether or not it's pre or post bog, please post it in the comments below. Thank you for joining us.
How many pilgrims came over on the Mayflower?
Were they called pilgrims before they came over on the Mayflower? Or were they just like trying to run away politically from an oppressive government?
Rebels.
They're
Well, there were
probably
102
called
of them.
criminals.
They were
What?
probably criminals, and there was 102 of them.
102 criminals that came across.
Yes.
And is a pilgrimage is a movement of people. So, but they weren't actually called pilgrims, right? What was the religion
Well,
that they were part of?
pilgrimage, like I thought that was like I'm 52. That's my pilgrimage. Yeah.
More eggnog.
Did you know that cranberries, corn, and mashed potatoes were not served for Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, I thought corn was.
I thought corn.
Was it corn on
at
the
least.
cob? Like
I don't know. I tried to find some people that were there. None
Good.
of them
and
responded.
it was the colorful corn on the cob because we all know it was the Indian corn that we have that's dried on our
Right. Yeah.
right. It was, but or maybe they were actually serving corn, but did they produce like bread or because the Indians used to crush the corn to make mesa. Is it mesa or masa?
Or maize.
Tomato.
Yeah.
So do you guys see the stuff about the Macy's Day Parade? Like
Mm-mm.
it's going to be virtual. Like they're filming it over the course of a couple of days and
Not disclosing locations.
no people
Trying to be
and-
all secretive about it.
Well, if I was Macy's, I'd say screw that. Take my name off because they're not going to be able to go buy Macy's.
well, I think they're going to do all of the filming of it around the main headquarters there in New York.
Interesting.
Yeah, but first time since 1924, I think.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know if it's the first time, but that parade's been happening since 1924.
Well, it's the first time since 1924. We've had a combination. I'm sorry, I'm about to get political again.
Yeah, don't do it.
I want to say congratulations to Andrew Cuomo for winning an international Emmy for his performance. Now, was that an international Emmy for his performance? Was it because it was fiction or a comedy? I'm not quite sure.
Comedy.
But for a comedy. Must have been. But I just wanted to say thank you or congratulations to him. He beat out Gavin Newsom, which was hard to do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
He just couldn't help
I just can't help myself. I love all of our modern Jeepers, no matter what your political stripe is. So let's talk a little bit about Jeeps. So, what has been your favorite trip so far this year, Corey?
Death Valley.
Death Valley? Really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Trip 1 or trip 2?
Yep.
Darn it! I was going to get you on that one. How about you,
Yeah,
Phillip?
no, it's the Death Valley adventure that we did last year really opened my eyes to
This year. Still this year.
Did I say last year?
You did say last year.
This year, yeah.
It kind of feels like it,
This
though,
year.
doesn't it?
Seems like it was a long time ago.
Well, like that's that demarcation line,
Right.
Mhm.
No, it was again that just kind of opened my eyes to a whole other part of our hobby that the overlanding guys have already known about, but to mix in some rugged terrain and some middle of the nowhereness and some fend for yourself camping, it was and the scenery and the people, again, it's what makes these trips so amazing.
That is awesome. That is awesome. How about you, Phillip? What was your favorite trip this year?
My favorite trip was hands down Walden's Ridge at Windrock Park. That is probably, I've been to Moab a few times. Walden's Ridge is probably my favorite trail I've ever been on. I
Wow.
left a trail smiling as big as I did after that one. That's just if you haven't been there.
What's it like? Tell us about it. What's it like?
So it's pretty neat. You drive up this just a dirt road. There's houses, and literally the trailhead starts right off this main public road. and you have to climb up a 4-foot ledge. That's closest thing I can describe it to is back door at the Hammers. And then you have to drive across these fins, and I have never been more off camber than I have right there. And it's 30 foot down on one side before the first bench, and then you're up above the clouds in some places.
Wow.
And it's just a series. You're just driving across the top of this ridge of this mountain, and it's a 6-hour tour pretty easily. And it's got bypasses, so if you on a smaller rig, you can go there and watch the big boys play and then go to the next obstacle. So I mean, they've done a great job setting it up. But if you want to test your rig, do a real world CTI, so to speak, Walden's Ridge is the place. That is
now that's the one everybody takes pictures of. That's like a fin,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
a drop, and then a fin like
Yes.
above the trees.
And I'm sorry, guys. I've got a Modern Jeeper Destination article on that thing in the process. I just haven't finished it, and it's literally fins that you have to put your tires on. And I mean,
Wow.
it'll test every nerve. You better have a good spotter. Don't go with some guy that just says, "Yeah, man, I'll show you. Hold my bush light." Don't go with that guy.
Don't do it.
Do not do it. But it has become my favorite trail. I thought Golden Spike was my favorite trail. That's my favorite trail.
Nice.
How long was the
Sorry.
trail? How long of a day was it?
It was 6 hours, and there was only 4 of us.
Wow.
So
Oh, wow.
It's up
I
pretty
said it
high.
was 6
So.
hours. 45 minutes of it was fixing a drive line that the guy broke on that ledge that's like back door. So if it wasn't for that, it's still over a 5-hour day.
Wow.
It's fun. If we ever get to do an adventure at Windrock, that's got to be on it, hands down.
Well, we've definitely discussed doing some adventures at some different parks, but it's all a matter of time and focus. Now, I do understand that you're going to join us for Death Valley next year.
Oh man, yes, and I can't wait. If I could do it, I'd love to stay for both weeks because I've got the ability to now. But it's funny you brought that up because I've been juggling in my head because I've got a rock crawler. I don't have an overlander, so I'm bringing out a rig on 42s and 1-tons. I need to know like 10 things you've got to have besides a sleeping bag, obviously, to survive.
Fuel. Just bring fuel.
Yeah, fuel. So it's part of the requirements that everybody brings a few extra gallons of fuel, and that way we're there to share too. If for some reason we get low, Corey and I were incredibly lucky. We got down to it. I know I was on fumes as I finally drove into town on our last day, and you start watching it. So it's not a comfortable feeling because you stop enjoying yourself when you do that. But sometimes you get out there, and especially when Corey was doing it the second time around, like, and there have been times where like they're closed. Like, oh, there's supposed to be a gas station. Nope, sorry, we're closed.
We had planned out where we were going to get fuel, and that gas station was out of fuel. And it was, you know what? There are some really prepared Jeepers out there, and I was not one of them at that time. And I'll do things differently in the future. But everybody came together, and we got through it. But pulling up to your only fuel stop in 100 miles, and there's none. You kind of go,
this is interesting.
And the great thing about it, Phillip, is that some of the attendees are like true overlanders. They have got the setup, and you're checking them out. You're learning from them because, man, they have just got everything down to the wire. They got all the cool stuff. And you're like, wow, this is cool. Or you're like me, where I just had a rack on top, one of our Adventure Rack Systems racks, and threw it up there. Had a few things, had some stuff thrown in the back, and we're just camping. But all we're doing is camping mobile, maybe with the extra addition of a fridge in order to keep everything cold, and little things like that. So really, it's just testing your multi-day camping muscle with some extra equipment and fuel. You don't do a lot of rock crawling. There's a few places we did before, a little bit, just a little bit of stuff that's just fun. But really, it's more just going out there for that long-term adventure and enjoying some of the amazing scene. I didn't get to do the hot springs on my trip, so I didn't get to hang out with the naked hippies. But you guys got to do that.
Well, and it's my understanding that those were recently drained because of the COVID issues. So right now that area is basically, you can still go out there and camp, but there's no water in the hot springs. there's a caretaker out there. He's still there, but no water until
He
we
turned it
figure
off.
out what the COVID thing is going to bring.
Oh, so these are not like little natural boiling springs that are actually coming up out of the ground naturally. Like they actually have control over the water.
Well, apparently, I mean, they're actually the hot tubs themselves are actually they're lined. They're
Oh, wow.
They're real hot tubs lined with rock and tile, and people that have been out there for 40 years. But they can control the water. Yeah, I mean they clean them, and there's chlorine added to the water and that kind of stuff, and it's a very interesting spot for sure.
Wow. Well, that's cool. So who knows, Mitt, what's going to happen? Obviously, we'll see what 2020 is like. And I was under the impression that, boiling hot water will kill COVID, but apparently I'm wrong. I must have read that on the internet someplace.
Yeah, you internet guys, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Internet research, man. But apparently, a little wild turkey will kill it. Bathe yourself in that, and you're fine.
That reserve. Ooh.
Yeah. I got nothing on wild turkeys other than they can fly like 55 miles an hour.
So, all right. So what is the big, now here's something I've kind of mentioned in the ModernJeeper group. I think you guys know I've sucked this year because I just haven't been wheeling much at all. I did Death Valley, and I think that was it. So the rest of my year has been being here in this office with these 4 screens doing stuff. I haven't even gone over and played at Prairie City when they canceled our Skills Day events. Right. But it's important, I think, for us to really have plans for next year. So I'm going to get out. I was actually thinking that maybe I don't need to do Death Valley this year. I'm not planning it. It's Corey and Dell that are planning it. I might just show up just for the fun of it. But if I show up, according to Dell, I can't say anything. I'm not in charge. I've got to just shut up and enjoy myself. But I definitely want to do Colorado. I want to try to let's figure out Colorado, because I'll come out there with the RV and the family. I've got family out there in Colorado Springs to visit, and it would just be fun to do a Colorado trip.
No, so absolutely. The Colorado adventures that we're thinking of is going to be similar to what we put together this past October with our test group, and we had a blast. It'll be a lot of fun for sure.
Well, the Gladiator will be built by then. Although I'm not, I'm not building it as a heavy duty rock crawler. It's more of like a glorified overlander. But
you're giving yourself a solid 11 months.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. You guys were talking earlier about projects and getting projects done. I'm like, well, if it wasn't for the fact that I was so busy, I'd be bored to death, because I would just be sitting there going, okay, I can start that, but I'm going to procrastinate on it. Now I'm going to start that. I'm going to procrastinate on it. I'm going to start on that. And I'll add it to the 27 projects sitting in my garage that I procrastinate on.
We'll touch base in September. We'll talk about what kind of, upgrade you're going to make to the Gladiator.
Oh, that sounds good. Thanks.
Sure.
It actually has. Congratulations to me. It actually has our 3.5-inch lift on it, and but it's still running on the stock wheels, I got to get the next. I'm still waiting on wheels from our friends over at Black Rhino, and getting the Garrison wheels from them. So it should be cool look for it if I can finally get them. But they're sitting in a container, maybe at the bottom of the ocean. Don't know.
It'll resurface at some point.
Yeah, well, okay. So the point of this Thanksgiving special was to be thankful. And as we're kind of getting towards the end of it, I just want to kind of go around and say, we said it before, but Phillip, my friend, what are you thankful for this year?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's family. They're the ones that are always there for you the most. And it's pretty well a given. If you don't say your family you're thankful for, I question a lot of things. But it's true friends that are hard to find. In the Jeeping world, I've got a tight group of guys I will with that I'm extremely thankful for. And I'll be honest, I'm real thankful for everybody on the forum. You guys make my life a lot easier. As far as like the owners club and stuff, I got to give a shout out to Jonathan Jones over at ModernJeepers. Those guys are constantly, they're they have been my biggest customer this year with using the Canopy program, and they are constantly putting on pocket events, and I'm appreciative of it. It reminds us of why America's free, and I love that. But family, that'd be number one without a doubt, and I love every second with them.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How about you, Corey?
Again, our Jeep family is huge, and to be able to have a little bit of connection as we travel back and forth across the country with everybody in our Jeep family, this Modern Jeeper following and doing what we do at events, I can't imagine it being any different. So yeah, our direct family and our Jeeper family are both a huge importance to us.
That's awesome. Jessy?
Again, I'm thankful for my family, my kids. I have tons of friends all over the world, which I appreciate the laughs and the breakaway from the craziness of the world today. I'm thankful that I did get to, like I said, see some amazing things this year, even though we were kind of locked down. We got to wheel a lot, and I got to do stuff that I have never done before and visit places we won't normally go to. Thankful for all the new friends and acquaintances we met, and yeah, just we're ready for next year, and I'll be thankful. Let's pray it all goes well and we get to see each other more and see everybody. I miss everybody.
Absolutely. Well, I'm thankful for each of you. I'm thankful for your antics and for your levity and for your friendship and for the community we're in. I mean, as I was telling my employees this morning, it was just every single one of them, the team that we have that come together every day and create great products that then allow all of us to go out and do what we do and have so much pride in the work that we create and the products we're putting out in the community. But thankful to all of our customers, all of our friends, all of our fans, to all the Modern Jeepers. I'm very thankful for my family for putting up with me and for just the general community and friends and everybody out there, whether I know you or not, who takes the time to enjoy and love and take care of others, right? Mm-hmm. That's really what it's all about. So for all of you out there in the Modern Jeeper community, thank you very much. And I don't know.
You're just thankful that you didn't see me
riding a turkey.
Yeah.
That still might happen.
It could be funny.
I still haven't got the turkey out yet.
I'm just thankful that you're not riding you're just saying I'm not riding your gobbler. Is that what we call it, the gobbler?
No, that's the waddle.
The waddle.
That's that thing below the turkey's chin. Oh
God, let's flash back to the 80s or 90s from that. Ally McBeal. It must have been the 90s because that was the dancing baby. Remember the dancing?
Right. Yeah.
The first internet memes. Oh God, I'm dating myself.
And that's awkward too.
Huh?
And that's awkward too.
Yeah. Yes. I'm dating myself.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I won't even go there. I got to shut up. There was something else that Phillip had mentioned and inspired me to ask a question, and I totally forgot it. So for all of our Jeeper friends out there, I'm sure you don't want to hear any more from that. Let's just say that 2021 is going to be great. We're dealing into it. Having a fantastic Thanksgiving, my friends. Give your family a hug. That's what's important, family and friends right now. And we just appreciate that you've taken the time to be with us. On a serious note, again, Thanksgiving is about giving thanks. It's about a great history of our nation, but more so it is about that time, that moment where you appreciate your family, your friends, and our reason for living. So have a blessed day. And we hope that you can share this with others. Anything you care to add before we wrap up, Mr. Modern Jeeper Corey?
I think we're good. Everybody enjoy the day. Have enjoy the time with family and friends, and hope to see you on the trail soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Philip, anything you'd like to add?
Nope. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much.
What?
Don't drink too much.
Happy Thanksgiving. Don't drink too much, but if you happen to fall asleep from too much turkey, that's okay. All right, Modern Jeepers. We'll see you at the turkey table.
Cheers.
See ya.